It's day 18. Well, at least I think it's day 18. All the days seem to be merging into one. I'm not going to lie this morning because the last few days I have been feeling quite tired and irritable. And then this morning when I woke up, I was just sobbing. So I was like trying to get my head around that because, normally I'm a happy, optimistic person. But actually it is quite normal for me, and it would be quite normal for anybody. These are really exceptional circumstances, and I think whatever your coping strategy is, and mine is just to be, get on with things, enjoy life, etc. Things do eventually catch up with you, and I think that's probably what's happened with me today. I didn't want to come here on and sob, so today's challenge is about getting yourself into the right headspace. And I think that's one of the main reasons why I'm missing the studio so much, because that is, one of the places where I can get into the right headspace. So of course, there's always going to be days when you really do need to stay at home and not do anything. But 9 times out of 10, if you're not quite in that headspace, just by going to the studio, being around positive people, or even just sharing your story, having a laugh about other things that are going on, and sometimes that can give you that right little shift. So I think that's what I'm missing the most, being able to share those things that go on in all of our lives, and I don't think there'll be anybody that's not affected in any shape or form. For the last few years, because I've had so many different things going on with my son's health, I've sort of got used to life changing in so many different ways. So in some ways, it hasn't been so much of a shock to the system, if you like. But there's always going to be days and times when something triggers you off. And I think yesterday it was when my husband was having the conversation with the hospital because he needs a gallbladder operation, that's not going to go on. And then I think sometimes that can sort of trigger off a whole other host of little worries. But again, that's perfectly normal. And I think the trick is just to, be honest about it, accept it, and not stay with it. So apart from going to the studio, which, obviously can't do at the moment, we have got the online lessons, is one of the things that I do find helpful is I have a journal. So I write down all my worries. I give myself a time limit, write them all out, and then leave it, park it, go off and do something completely different. And I think that's one of the good things about teaching, is that, again, that takes you out of that zone. It takes you back into doing something for somebody else and not being in your own headspace. And some of the days where I've, that have been the most challenging for me, I've come away because somebody said, "Oh, thank you, that was really good," or "I really enjoyed that lesson." And, sometimes we don't know how much we're going to impact. We don't know what's going on in other people's lives. So it's about, just being kind. So I'm being kind to myself today. I'm sure by the end of the day, I shall be, loving doing my online lesson. But for now, this is how I am. And then if you're going through various things, again, accept that, you're not the only one, and hopefully some of the things I've spoken about will help. Anyway, love you loads. Speak to you all soon. Bye.